Oklahoma coach Porter Moser has joined us now. And, Coach, when you're good and comfortable, if you could start us off with some general comments about your team.
Makes a heck of a difference when you have guys that have been through your program. We got 5 guys back that were with us last year. I think with the 2 Groves brothers, Jalen Hill, Bijan Cortez, and C.J. Nolan, we got some guys back that makes all the difference in the world when you bring in your newcomers. So I thought these guys had we're all hopeful. We had a great offseason, went to Europe, but those 5 guys were definitely helps when you're trying to get to year 2 and move forward.
Okay, raise your hand and let Rachel and Christopher find you, and make sure and share with us your name and your affiliation. Got a question over here on the 3rd row on the left-hand side, Coach.
Joe Helmer, OUinsider.com. Porter, you mentioned that returning core. Just from an install standpoint, foundational-wise, how different has this year been for you?
Just from everything, like when you get there, we were in a pandemic, so I was meeting them for the first time in June, like the recruiting class. We had to sign everybody through June. So just the difference of when they get there, just everything from our first practice to having 5 guys that have a familiarity with what we do and how we do it. And not only did you have guys that did it, it was the who. I mean, Jalen Hill and Tanner, just really, really good leaders, vocally and with their work ethic. And, it's I know Coach Tang is going through right now, having to bring in 11 and go through it and just establishing those things that he does. And it's a unique experience this day and age with the transfer portal, with having to have so many new guys. But I couldn't be happier with the 5 guys, how they embraced and held accountable themselves and the newcomers right when they got to the campus.
Got one over here to your left, Coach, on the 3rd row.
Sam Lance with the zagsblog.com. I also kind of want to ask you about the transfer portal. Just overall, what are your thoughts on how it has functioned to this point, and what's your opinion on players transferring within the same conference? I think it was 6 that transferred within the Big 12 this year.
My first thoughts on the transfer portal is it's a reality. I think you have to balance it with your program. I think for me, I signed some high school guys that I really liked, and we added some transfer portal pieces. So it's a reality. It's here. But I think you got to have a balance with it, and you still have to try to recruit to who you are and your style, who you are. Transferring in conference, that also is a reality. It's happening, with it. And I guess I don't have too many thoughts against it or for it. If the young man doesn't want to be in a program, then he doesn't want to be in a program. I just think that's, whether it's interconference or not, I think it's a reality, and we're having to just adjust with it and deal with it.
Got one in the middle on the back row.
Kendall Gout, Sikkim 365. Porter, y'all had a really good end of the regular season, then beat Baylor in the Big 12 tournament. What was going well for you all to finish the campaign?
I felt we were getting better. I thought we had an injury with Elijah Harkless, and Jacob Groves came in, and I thought Jacob played really solid down the stretch. And I think we've talked about that a lot in the offseason. I think Jacob's grown. I think he's bigger than his brother now. He's at least 6'9". But that confidence boost at the end of the year that he got, I think that's really propelling him this offseason. And just like anything, we were chasing it. We were trying to get better. I thought we were doing some better things offensively towards the end of the year. But I think that's something that I think Jacob really played well in his time with that down the stretch.
Any more questions? Okay, Coach, you're going to have one over to your left on the third row.
Sam Lance with Zags Blogs again. What have you just seen from Grant Sherfield so far?
You know, this league is, as we all know, is so incredible defensively. You know, every game is they just lock you up. And the one thing you found is you got to have some guys that can make some shots. You need some shot makers, and Grant's a very good shot maker. He can score at all three levels. He can get to the rim. He's got an elite mid-range, and he can shoot the three. But he's also really good off ball screens. Analytically, he's one of the top guys off ball screens. He had 6 assists a game at Nevada. But I think he brings a guy that can make shots. You know, coaches kind of call them shot clock guys. You know, they take the defenses takes away what you're trying to do, and then you got to go sometimes create something out of nothing and start the domino in a rotation. And Grant can start that domino. He can knock down a shot at the end of a shot clock. We struggled in those areas last year. We really did. We struggled at we've had really having a guy just go get one for us at times. And I think the really good teams all had a shot clock guy, and I think he's one of those kind of guys for us.
Any other questions, Coach? Not seeing any, Coach, so thank you very much.
Thank you for no beard questions. Getting that all day. Thank you.